Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Backwoods Retreat, or the Woodsmen Retreat. This is, the tiny house. It is like, oh man, my foot. Something wrong with my toe. Hurts. Anyways, it is like 40 degrees outside. And it's like, I don't know, 9:30, 10 o'clock, somewhere around there. I had to open up the window and my cell booster antenna on the outside popped off. So I like it. Those things make a difference when you're, out here in the woods. Yeah, so I figured, wow, it's, the wood stove, had it going last night. It was a little chilly. We had some wind and some snow, but just a dusting. And so it was a little chilly last night. So then I just let it burn. I didn't even get up at 2 or 5 this morning. I think like 3:30, 4 o'clock, somewhere around there was when I last got up to throw some wood in, because it was a little nippy inside. But yeah, man, you can see up on the roof here some ice and snow. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's a kind of a, where are we? It's a wet snow. Kind of packs down. It's kind of good for making snowman or woodsman, snow woodsman. Today I'm going to attempt at trying to find branches that I can bend without them snapping. Some good green branches. And gonna make snowshoes. Yesterday I walked through snow that was it was definitely over 3 feet deep. Earlier it was only up to like my knees, which was bearable. I could trek through it. And then later on, with as much wind there was and snow drifting, the shallow spot that I was walking through to get back to camp, and I was staying on top of the snow, was totally covered. And when I was like, oh, okay, it's just going to be really packed down, I can walk on top of it. Started walking along and fell right through. Right up to my hip, and it was hard trying to get your legs up and trying to walk through it. And talk about cardio. Whew. I'm a smoker, and my lungs weren't having it. I am some good coffee. So yeah, that's what's on the agenda today. I gotta clean the tiny house, take out some trash, get all my trash together and bagged up and in one spot. Had a rabbit last night. I was having 2 for a while hanging around, and then last night I opened the door and I had one right on my doorstep. I don't know if he was just enjoying the heat that was coming through the door or what it was, but they're out here looking for food. I don't want to draw, field mice or rats or unnecessary critters like skunks or coons or possums. But with my trash, I don't have any food debris in it, so it's just basically plastics, tin cans, stuff like that. Anything that I do dump that is food waste, I try to take it as far away from camp as I can. I usually throw it, down over there somewhere. I just chuck it. Bread. I had eggs, like 6 frozen eggs, and when they froze, the shells all broke. So I just winged them straight out down over there. And I was like, something will eat them. Crows will. I know rabbits won't. But raccoons would. And raccoons ain't too bad. You'll hear them chattering. But even during the summertime last year, or a couple years ago when I was here, uh, never heard a raccoon. Never saw a raccoon. You'll hear the coyotes during the spring and summertime. I haven't heard any really this winter, so that's a good thing. But rabbits, man, ooh, I haven't seen the white rabbits though. I've been seeing the snow hares. I haven't seen any of them. I just been seeing the regular brown rabbits. I do, throw out the stale bread in one spot, and chips and crackers, whatever, stuff that I know that they'll eat. And they've been scavenging. They've been looking for food, and there ain't been too much, grass or anything for them because everything's buried in snow. So, but let me spin you around and show you around real quick with all this nasty white snow. Stick around. Alright, so right in there where the branch comes down, it's kind of hard to do with a cup of coffee, but you see those two branches right there? There's one that comes down there and one comes down there, and then that little one poking up. Right there is where they usually come. They hang around this tree because it's cover for them. They know I can't get to them. You can see that branch, that stick right there. I thought I could get one by winging it, knocking them out. And of course at night all I have on is a base layer and a pair of slippers. And trust me, if I knocked a rabbit out and he was just laying there, I'd tromp through that in slippers, snap its neck, have me some meat. You see, that's fresh tracks. All that right there is fresh tracks. All this right here is fresh tracks, rabbit tracks. This is my step. This is how close they get. They just kind of hop around looking for food, They come up over here. My hibachi grill is buried. I gotta dig that out today. I think I'm going to try to move my oak, the wood that I've been kind of wanting to save, but I don't know, I might have to cut it up, use that as firewood. My wood pile, I got maybe enough wood for another week or two. My plastic's pretty much frozen right here. I gotta kind of dig that all out, clean that off. But then the rabbit comes over here. But yeah, I want to get a fire going today, clean up over that. Just shovel this out, clean that out, burn some junk. Rabbit tracks. Look like he was under the Jeep. Under the front end there. There's a bunch of rabbit tracks over there. It's kind of hard to see, but all right there, you see those tracks right there. You see the snow drifts, man. See how high that snow is, man. Woo, boy. And just to tell you that, where that branch is right there, that stump is probably about, I want to say maybe 3 feet. So, from the ground. So that pile right there is almost 3 foot. Right here, that's a snow drift right here. This is over 3 feet. So yeah, I'm saying the snow drifts alone are about 4 feet plus, anywhere from 3 and up. Damn, ice, snow's falling off the tiny house. I know a lot of you are like, dude, it's a camper. Why are you still calling it a tiny house? Well, according to the tiny house logic, if a home is livable and it's on wheels, it's a tiny house on wheels. In a tiny house community, this is passable. It doesn't have to be wood, vinyl. I actually had somebody tell me you can put vinyl on these, but driving down the highways, I could just see that stuff come flying off. Another person told me I could put wood on, wood slats. You basically just use, there's a tracking system, and then the boards actually just screw right in. But that's a lot of weight. You know, I would love to find me a fiberglass camper. Something about this size, because it would be a hell of a lot lighter. This is an old school camper. I don't even think, they don't even make them out of aluminum and wood anymore. They're all fiberglass. So, and there's the doghouse. That's the rear of the camper. This is definitely an old camper. I still haven't found any information on it, make, model, or year, but everyone's guessing about 50s, late 50s into the 60s. The original color was white and gold. Top half was all white, and then that bottom section right where that shovel handle is, right there, from there down is gold all the way around. And the people before me painted it this gray. If I'm still here this summer in this spot, I got an opportunity. I didn't want to bring this up yet, but I have an opportunity to go to live in Florida. So I'm debating Florida, stay up here. I like to get this fixed up by spring when all the snow's gone and sell her, and then go to Florida. That's right, people. I may be selling the tiny house on wheels. You know, wood stove and all. You know, I'm up here in Vermont, and the winters are rough, but I'm surviving it. I feel good today because it's nice and warm. Sun's out. Solar said I had power this morning, but then I plugged something in, so now it's not saying I have any power. It's kind of funny how this thing works, but I really don't want to tromp through here. Whoa, see, already, just that little bit. It doesn't look that deep, but it's over my boot. I gotta shovel out down through here, retrieve that antenna that popped off the window. Really gotta find some green branches, stuff that's bendable for making snowshoes. A lot of you are like, oh, I see plenty of branches. Yeah, but what is usable and what isn't? That's the question. Now, I might have to tromp over here. There's sapling right there. I could probably make the 2 frames out of that. A little sapling right there. Might be a little thick for bending. That's the problem. The top half of it would be perfect. Chickadees are out. That's when you know it's warm. But yes, shoveling, clearing out my paths again. Like I said, that's all fresh rabbit tracks from late last night. They go all the way around. They come over here. I know what you're all saying. Set up some snares, man. Get yourself some rabbit meat and fur. Trust me, I could use the rabbit fur, the pelts. just for help with insulation inside the camper. And I could make me some really nice warm mittens for when I'm working outside shoveling or trekking through the snow. But yes, snowshoes are on the agenda today. That is a plus. I really do not feel like walking 0.5 miles out through deep, packed snow. Snowshoes are a plus. I'd rather walk along the surface as much as possible. Right here is because this has all been packed. You could tell because this is my chopping block, and that's sitting right on the dirt. Okay, if there was no snow, that would be up higher to me. I'd be down a lot lower. If I was to chop right now on that, I would have to squat down to split on. Hey, so I attempted to make some backwoods snowshoes. I made it about maybe, I don't know, 200 feet maybe, and they decided to snap and come apart and started twisting under my feet. So I was lucky to make it back. The snow is pretty deep. My trekking poles I was using were going about halfway down into the snow. But even that, they held up. I'm thinking about just doing like a box style snowshoe where you have a pole there and kind of like a pole coming out like that, and then just run one across, and then just run your two braces, just to kind of make them thicker, because man, I will save all my paracord that I use to lash them, you know. And then people been talking about the camless. Yeah, dude, I got a couple. I'm on a group on Facebook, and we talk about knives and all types of survival stuff. I use this to pretty much chop all this. Whoa, there's a log there. Pretty much everything I needed. Just this and a saw. And, you know, went out over in there to, and that's frozen. That log is frozen. To get my branches. So what I did today was I shoveled. I started having a fire and then it went out. Burned for probably 2 hours this morning. But stuff's still too wet. You can see all the heat melted all the snow up in there. So, but it is what it is. I gotta clean all this up, move this big one, and just kind of kick the small stuff. Just probably throw it in the fire pit. I shoveled. Let me show you real quick. The ADD, man. Oh yeah, ripped up the piece of plastic that was down here. Moved my bag of cans back over here. And I just kind of shoveled some of the snow up around the camper. Back there, it's just higher off the ground because this is a hillside. Kind of like it's all ledge out here, but you can see this is the ground. This is the top of the snow right here. That's a good 3 feet. That'd be up to my thighs. I'm only 5'7", so you know, it is what it is. Try to step back up over these wires here. This is solar panel. The wires that extend, solar panels on over there. And that's only a 50 amp hour battery. I am trying to get 2 deep cycles and run them in parallel for 12 volts, but them bitches are expensive. And that's a used battery. So, see, again, snowdrift. So it started falling apart here. I tried to walk down this path, but it's not like walking normal. And this is where I got up on, and you can see my tracks where I walked. I'll walk out here. I'll show you how deep this snow is real quick. Like, I was able to walk in here, and then it just got really deep. That was up over my shins, and I made it all the way over there to grab a branch that looked good for making these snowshoes. Oh, I just fell in. But the snow got wet today because it warmed up. So it's starting to pack down some, but not as good as I want it. Like, you still sink, and I'm sinking as we speak. I'm just trying to get out here to show you this trail. Like, there's another branch. I made it all the way up through over there. There's a hay wagon. And then I decided, oh, let's cut across. Yeah, it's out here. It's not as packed as it is over here, because when the wind blows, all the snow drifts up and packs in over here. But like, if I was to walk out, as you can see, I just sink. Like, you'll get spots that are packed and you won't go down as far, but still, it's a pain. A big old pain. But yeah, oh, that looks like something. Right, let me try to zoom in here. I don't know if the camera's gonna pick it up. Probably not. But let's see. It's like right there. Right in there. Looks like something was running around. There's a circle. Could be a field mouse. I've seen them do funny designs. I saw one that looked like somebody drew a flying Hogan in the snow down over on this other roadway that comes up over here. And then when I looked, it was a dead field mouse. That there just pretty much looks like a, not even a full circle, like there's an opening. Most likely a mouse made a circle. But yeah, and it's starting to snow again. Like, it was 40 something degrees today, and sun was out. It was feeling nice, and you know, but then it just clouded up like an hour ago, 2 hours ago, and you know, it is what it is. But yeah, I shoveled to make pathways so I could get around it back here. Like I said, it's starting to get dark out here. I'm gonna have to dig out some firewood. I ain't got very much left. I got from there to there, and then I got a half a, pretty much about the same height right here. So I got two little rows. Pretty soon I have to trek out. Over here I found some dead standings. We can't see it from here, but there's a couple small dead standings. It's like one over in here, one over in here. There's a dead standing. I can't really see it. Right behind that tree. It's a half of one. A couple years ago it was way up. Top half of it snapped, and we ended up cutting that up and burning it here in the outdoor fire pit during the summer. But yeah, so that's what happens, kids. You try to bushcraft something, all from a YouTube video. I seen people make them, and You can use spruce boughs and just weave them in, you know, and people seem to work for them. I just don't think I have a knack for making snowshoes. Like, I could if I took the time, had the right wood, had stuff that bent naturally. You could bend it without it snapping. I had to use 2 small branches, you know, and yeah, so I think I'm just going to do like the Y shape and then just run a same size thickness of a stick. This one's about the size of my thumb. This one's a little bit bigger, but they'll be the same size. And then I'll lash a piece going across, piece for the toe, piece for the heel, and then I'll just kind of, I don't know, figure something out. Seems that, you know, if I run sticks going across, it might work. So if I do one there, I'll do one there, one there, one there, and one there. It might work. It's always worth trying. If you have any experience in making bushcraft snowshoes for getting around in deep snow, let me know. If you have a link, share it down in the description. Remember, be sure to subscribe, like, and share this video. Thanks, y'all.